a lot happening at the Mississippi Museum of Natural Science, and Nicole Smith is here with us. Thanks so much for being here.
Thanks for inviting me.
So first off, we're going to talk about an event happening this Saturday, and that is Marine Discovery Day.
Marine Discovery Day. It is so much fun. It's with the Department of Marine Resources, and I'm sure you know someone that says, when I grow up, I want to work with dolphins.
Absolutely.
Or maybe you're thinking, man, I really want to get some shrimp tacos for dinner tonight. Should I buy them? Is that a sustainable choice? And so whether you're a kid looking for a career or a grown-up looking to make some wise choices, this is a great event for you.
That's awesome. That sounds very intriguing. I know when I was a little kid, sharks, and even to this day, sharks intrigue me so much. I'm sure they can learn about...
Oh, yeah, there's a lot of shark education happening at this. In fact, there's even a game where we measure you and find out what kind of shark you would be if you were a shark, which is kind of cool.
Super neat. I love that. And let's also talk about, because this is why we have you here, the big reason at least, we've got another awesome event happening next Saturday.
Right.
Tell me about that one.
So, well, actually, that's next Friday. June 13th. Friday the 13th. It's Snake Day. And this is a wonderful annual event we do to educate and share our love for the snakes of Mississippi.
Right.
We have 55 snakes in the state, of which 6 are venomous, and we try to gather as many as we can to help people learn about them, how to learn your venomous from your non, how to learn how to respect them in their habitat, and also just to appreciate these wonderful and sometimes misunderstood animals.
Definitely misunderstood a lot of the time. And like you said, there's only a few venomous snakes in our state, but it is important to know the difference of venomous and non-venomous. Is that something that they will be learning at Snake Day?
Yes, we have a wonderful herpetologist, our state herpetologist, Miss Emily Rizak. I hope I said her last name wrong. Forgive me, Emily, I'm learning. And she's going to be our guest speaker for the day. She's giving 2 talks about venomous versus non-venomous. And we're also going to have a variety of snakes spread throughout the museum for people to meet, a few of which are even touch opportunities, so you can find out what those scales really feel like. Are they actually cold-blooded to touch? What is that like? It gives you an opportunity to learn about these animals.
And in a safe environment. That's my thing. I'm going to be honest, I am not the biggest fan. They've always scared me, but like you said, I think misunderstood's a good word, and I think a way to learn about them in a safe environment, the Natural Science Museum, this would be a great opportunity, and our friend here.
It's a great first step out. So what we have, I have a visitor, a special guest star.
Guest
today. This is our friend Nacho. Cause corn snake, right? Nachos are made of corn. I'm sorry, I'm going to get some aspen on your nice canary.
That's okay, we can clean it up.
But he is beautiful.
I was going to ask you why you named him Nacho, but you answered that question for me.
He is a beautiful animal, as you can tell. Look at this incredible coloration.
Wow.
And you may in the grocery store see a type of corn. It's sometimes called Indian corn because of the pretty autumn pattern on it. If you look at his belly, can you see his belly?
Yeah.
Does it not remind you a little bit of that?
It does.
It does.
That is really, I mean, you look so comfortable holding him, and
you know, and I like to share that this is a triumph of education, because I used to be terrified of snakes when I was a young woman.
There's hope for us all.
Truly, I mean, I found out a lot of the things that I was afraid of were old wives' tales, things that weren't true. And as I got to know, hey baby, as I got to know more and understand more, about these lovely animals, I'm like, why am I afraid? I just need to be a good neighbor. I need to learn how to appreciate them.
Yeah, and so what's something else maybe interesting that many people wouldn't know about snakes in general that they maybe could learn, or you could tell our audience, or they could learn on Snake Day?
So we try to cover a lot of things at Snake Day. We have 55 species of snake in the state. We're going to have as many as we could have possibly caught over the past couple of months that are going to be at the museum. So you'll get to see a lot of them up close and personal. This is an annual event that we have, and I've seen people have their aha moments at this event. You know, their chance to like really learn and change their attitudes about these wonderful animals, and learn kind of how to like adapt in their own yards and how to respond to them.
Right.
So I think that's a big deal.
That is definitely a big deal. And you said this is one of y'all's more popular events, right?
I would say it's our top 3. You know, I don't think it's an event that's ever, He's all cuddly because I'm warm and he's cold-blooded, you know, as they say, cold-blooded with the kids, because he's snuggly. So would you be comfortable touching him?
I could touch him, yeah.
So 2 fingers, very gently. Is he cool to the touch?
He is.
He is.
Yeah.
So they kind of absorb the temperature around them.
Okay.
And so, so don't produce their own body heat like we do as the good mammals that we are. And that's one of the reasons he's snuggly with me is I'm nice and warm under these lights, and that makes him, hey baby, very comfortable. But, well, isn't he beautiful? Look at this really pretty face right here.
Snake. Thank you so much for bringing our very special guest, Nacho, on to Live at 9, our first ever, I believe, snake on Live at 9.
Exciting. Okay, good.